fine, that'll do. Finally used it for something. Hello, I'm the Game Beaver. I'm spooky scared because I got a haircut. That's frightening things, isn't it? So I thought, it being the month of Spooktober, I thought, why not do something cool? Last year I created a Jurassic logo pumpkin, and if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, if you don't, you do it now. You do it now before you watch any more of this video. I'll wait. Go on. I have so much to say. And I think I used it for like literally... Ooh. I think I used it for one thumbnail, and it was the Ark Fear Evolved thumbnail. It was like the skeleton dinosaur with the pumpkin at the side. Yeah, there it is. I'll also throw up some other pictures that I did of it. And I thought what would be cool this year is if we did something similar. Like if I create another pumpkin, except for we did a tutorial and I showed you how to do it, because I think pumpkin carving is a thing that's obviously just for Halloween, but it's something that's really cool. If you do something intricate, you're like, oh, that's amazing. And last year I had loads of kids kids come to the door trick-or-treating. We'll see if they do it this year with the clowns, but they loved the pumpkin. They were like, oh my god, because it was the year Jurassic World was released. I think that last year. Yes. Basically, they loved it, so I was thinking, why not I give you something else to do this Halloween, like carving a pumpkin. And what better way to do it than the Jurassic Park logo, or Jurassic World logo, whatever. So, rule number one is you've got to be very picky with the pumpkin you choose. But you can be a little bit picky. Basically, choose a side that you think, if I put it in there we go. See, we got two cameras. Two cameras, a microphone. So this is the pumpkin I've chosen. Obviously we're not gonna use that side. That side's pretty bad. What we are gonna use is this side. And I think you want a pumpkin that's got a nice face. Just one face is good. It doesn't matter if it's like makeup, right? So that's a face that the lads or those cute little boys won't see. And then you go out in the town, put on makeup, and they see this face. But before we start, we need to cut out the insides of the pumpkin. We need to gut it. And to do this, we're going to need a really, really sharp knife. I get any complaints from parents of kids who have watched this and are like, yeah, I want to carve a pumpkin. And the mum's like, okay, what do you need? A really, really sharp knife. You don't need any of those. But just to cut the top off the pumpkin, you will need a knife to do that. And we just carve the pumpkin out. Oh, if you're a kid, get a... if you're a kid, get a parent supervision. So... So, I'll be right back. Just let me cut this out. And there we go. Okay, now that's the insides of a pumpkin right there. And we're going to need to scoop all of this out. But I didn't want to cut too close, because you can see here, I made a cut. I don't know if you can see, because I don't know if I'm putting it in focus. But I made a cut there, and I was like, ooh, that might not leave enough space for the logo, because the Jurassic Park logo, at least the T-Rex, is actually quite big. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to... don't know if... It will be a bad idea, but basically for this, I would suggest just get a fork and just scoop the insides. And if you are planning to do something with them, I would say do, because otherwise this is all wasted. There's children in Africa that could be eating this, damn it. Let's get all this stuff out and then get to the good part, which is carving. There you have it. Here is all of the beautiful pumpkin goodness. And if you didn't know, pumpkin is the nicest raw vegetable you can eat. So once you've made a complete mess of the table and you have all your pumpkin-y goodness in a container, you just want to get the thick of it out. Now, what I have noticed actually is that this pumpkin in particular is quite a thick pumpkin on the outside, which is going to be a bit of a pain, especially when it comes to doing the T-Rex arms, because they're going to be like that thick but that long. They're going to be absolutely tiny. I am not a pro. This is where we start the sculpt. I am no mean a pumpkin carving master. You want to see what I'm going to use? You can use this. These are pumpkin cutting out tools. It's like a knife, but it's a zigzag knife. You basically punch it in and then cut. It's like a little saw. Don't use that for this anyway. In which your pumpkin is going to be carved, and you can't even see it. It's like a little pricker. That's what we'll call it, the little prick. And basically, you're going to dot out your whatever you're making, and then you're going to go ahead with one of these, punch it in, and then just saw to each of the holes. But first, before you do any of that, we need a good reference, and this is a new shirt for me. So it came with a tag when I pulled it out, and I was like, oh, yep, there's the Jurassic Park logo, so I'm going to be using that. Now, disclaimer, the thumbnail might be different to this one, because I did a good one last time. So this one might not be as good. But I'll try anyway. Be prepared to make mistakes. I don't know if this washes off. And with my last pumpkin, it looked fantastic in the dark. But on the outside, you saw lots of like pen markings where I hadn't cut it all off. So this will be great in the dark, trust me. So I'm just gonna go ahead now, and I'm just gonna draw on the Jurassic. I'm gonna sort of sketch out the circle. We're gonna be doing the trees on the bottom, not Jurassic Park, just the skeleton T-Rex with the arms and the trees at the bottom. I think is pretty much okay. I think that's good enough. Right, I'm gonna see if I can rub that off. I've made that way too small. There we go. Okay, I think I've actually done it. So you can see just there, I've done. It's a lot bigger than the one I did last time. So I think the way I started it before was actually probably better than last year I did it. Oh yeah, there is no point on that. I'm gonna see if I can find the old stuff, because this is awful. So this is actually my old stuff. This is from when I was a kid. This is sharp. It's the same thing, like literally the same thing, except for the old one was sharp and had a point, so you can really just stab into the pumpkin. Whereas this one is probably health and safety nowadays. This may seem tedious, but trust me, it's probably the best way to get a really good accurate sculpt. Let's try the old one for a second. Let's see how this does. Bloody hell, it leaves like a huge hole. We do not want that. Oh god. And we're done. I'd say that's pretty good. What do you think? Believe it or not, this thing isn't all going to be cut in one big chunk and lifted out. It's not going to work like that. So let's say this chunk here is going to be cut, and I'm probably going to end cutting it off here. It might like tear the pumpkin. It depends. I'm guessing it's not too thick here, but I need it to be thick enough at about this part in order for it to support itself. Yeah, wish me luck. And if you do short cuts like this instead of if you do slow little ones like this. So there we go. We have the eye ready to be pushed out. So it looks like it's still stuck with something inside. And there you go. Just push his eye out. And then that's basically, sorry, I'm terrible with this. I'm not used to showing one camera. There you go. So that is the T-Rex's eye right there. And you'll see you get this sort of weird angle. So, God, I said that with a block nose. You get this weird angle. It's getting there. Like, we have the eyeball out. It's hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to look great. And I'm going to love comparing it to my old one. So, on to the second one. And there we go. Done it again. So that's the nostril hole. Just gonna poke that out. And there, look, see! Beautiful! And there we go. We got a tiny little hole cut there. Just gonna use this to push that out, and there it is. Right, so now I'm gonna start to cut this segment out. So yeah, I'm not caring about carving this one too delicately because it's just the outside. And this can always be neatened up. You can always just go over this. Whitney. You can come in. Your head should just appear in this for a second. What do you need? Oh, okay. Well, there it is. I've cut that entire segment out. This bit is going to be the thick bit. Then there we go. It's like a jigsaw. Woo! And out it is. And there we go. So, there you go, Buzz. Eat the pumpkin bits. Yes, yes. Eat them all. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to get somebody on the internet like, you shouldn't feed your dog pumpkin. And when I'm cutting this bit here with the T-Rex, in the actual logo, it's very bumpy. So just sort of tilt yourself a little bit as you go in a straight line, so it gives it a nice knobbly bobbly effect. Knobbly bobbly! Because the reason why I did these first is if this is cut out and it's literally being held just by here, when you're cutting this, it's gonna be like, it's gonna wobble, and if you cut too violently, you may even risk snapping the neck. Logic, mate. Are we gonna make a sick pumpkin? If you want a sharp like turn, because usually with all of this, you're weaving in and out. Just stick it where you want that right angle, and then just stab through. I think there's something stuck over here. There it is. There we go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna leave this. Actually, you know what? I should cut this straight away, shouldn't I? Because if I leave this to the end and I cut under, removing the support, and then try to do intricate teeth, that might risk losing this bottom jaw and it coming off completely. So I'm actually going to start on the teeth instead. Let's get started. So now I've cut through all the teeth, push it out and it snags, it can tear across this line here, and you'll just end up with a T-Rex with no bottom jaw, like, ooh, toast! You know what, instead of cutting the whole chunk like I said, I'm gonna do what I wanted to do at the start, and just cut down. There we have it! There we go. That's that next bit popped out. Now we're gonna do to the tongue. Oh, yeah, well, make sure you've got the zaggedy bit, the zigzag zabbity bit. Yeah, I think I just cut through something there, and that should. There we go. So, ooh, it's looking good. This one I think I cut all in one bit, so this should be fairly easy. There we go. Lovely. This is where everything could go terribly wrong. Right. There we go. So I have now technically cut out, if I'm fine in the middle, there we go, all of this bit. And this is the bit I need to be very delicate with. Oh God. The final piece is about to come out. There it is! So he's got its little arms. But yeah, there it is. The Jurassic Park T-Rex. And hopefully now we'll montage to some shots. So during daylight you can see all the pen marks you might have made, all the mistakes, but when it's lit up at night where people are actually going to see it, they are not going to notice any of the pen, and it gives a really, really cool silhouette. My other one as well, my other pumpkin I did last year, I'm gonna probably guess that the last year's one was better. I don't know, I could be wrong. I think I did a better job with the trees and stuff, but last year, and the arms as well. The arms are like, the tiny little things look like they shouldn't even be there really. Yeah, but then I guess, yeah, that's the T-Rex. I hope you've enjoyed this video, a little tutorial. I thought I'd try something different, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Halloween.